Picture the scene. It is 10 a.m. on a Sunday. You have just survived a 60-hour work week. You have put out fires that would break most people. You have navigated office politics, handled the logistics of the household finances, and physically exerted yourself to the point of depletion. You sit down. You crack open a drink, or perhaps you just close your eyes for a moment of silence. And within 3 minutes, literally 180 seconds, you hear it. It's not a scream. It's not an argument. It is something far more subtle and far more piercing. It is the sigh. The aggressive clanging of a pot in the kitchen. The sudden, frantic energy of a partner who was perfectly calm 5 minutes ago, but who has now seemingly discovered 17 urgent emergencies that require your immediate attention. Must be nice, she mutters. Must be nice to just sit there while I do everything. You weren't even relaxed for 5 full minutes before your rest became a moral crime. Welcome to the Aphorism Archive. Today, we are dissecting one of the most pervasive, yet unspoken dynamics in modern relationships, the hostility toward male peace. We are going to explore why, for many women, seeing a man in a state of total relaxation triggers a primal, visceral anxiety that has nothing to do with fairness and everything to do with control. We are going to look at why your exhaustion is often viewed as a currency, and why your stillness is viewed as a threat. This is not about who does the dishes. This is about the fundamental way men are valued in relationships, not as human beings, but as human doings. And when the machine stops moving, the panic begins. Let's dismantle the psychology of the lazy husband myth and look at what is actually happening when you dare to sit down. To understand why your rest is offensive, you must first understand how society, and by extension, many partners, defines masculine value. From the time you were a boy, you were taught a simple equation: your value corresponds directly to your output. If you build, you are good. If you protect, you are worthy. If you provide, you are loved. This is what we call the utility trap. In many relationships, a man is subconsciously viewed not as a partner to be nurtured, but as an appliance to be maintained. Think about your refrigerator. You don't ask your refrigerator how it's feeling. You don't worry about whether your refrigerator is fulfilled. You only notice your refrigerator when it stops working. When a machine is running, it is loud. It vibrates. It produces heat. It is doing something. When a machine goes silent, it means one of two things: it is broken, or it is off. And if it is off, it is useless. When you sit down on the couch on Sunday, staring at the ceiling, trying to decompress, you have effectively turned yourself off. You have removed your utility from the ecosystem of the relationship for 20 minutes. And for a partner who has been conditioned to view you as a resource generator, this silence is terrifying. It signals a malfunction. I had a client, let's call him David. David worked high-end construction. He spent his days lifting heavy beams, solving complex structural problems, and managing a crew of 15 men. His body was a map of aches and pains. When he came home, his wife, who worked a part-time administrative job, would literally time his relaxation. If David sat for 15 minutes, she was fine. But at minute 16, the questions started. Are we going to fix that light bulb? Did you call your mother? The trash is looking full. These tasks were not urgent. The trash could wait. The light bulb had been out for a week. But her anxiety could not wait. Seeing him static, seeing him not producing, triggered a deep-seated fear in her that the security object, him, was failing. She wasn't trying to be cruel. She was trying to reboot the machine. She needed to hear the hum of his productivity to feel safe. This is the dark side of the provider role. You are loved for what you provide, but you are often resented for the cost of that provision. They want the output, but they don't want to see the downtime required to generate that output. Aphorism number 1. A man who is loved only for his utility will eventually be discarded for his exhaustion. There is a deeper, more psychological layer to this. It isn't just about utility. It is about what happens in the silence. A busy man is a distracted man. A man who is working 60 hours a week, then fixing the fence on Saturday, then coaching soccer on Sunday, is a man who does not have time to think. He is on the hamster wheel. He is predictable. He is contained. But a resting man? A resting man is dangerous. When you are still, you have time to reflect. You have time to look at your life and ask, is this worth it? Am I happy? Do I actually want to be here? For a partner who is insecure in the relationship, your stillness is a threat-level midnight event. If you stop moving, you might realize you are unhappy. If you stop providing, you might realize you are being exploited. Therefore, the subconscious strategy becomes perpetual motion. If she can keep you moving, from the job to the honey-do list, to the family obligation, to the crisis with the kids, you never have the mental bandwidth to question the contract of your life. You are too tired to revolt. This is why you see the manufactured crisis. You finally sit down to watch the game, and suddenly there is an emotional emergency. Or a logistical emergency. We need to talk about our 5-year plan right now. The garage is a disaster and I can't live like this. These crises are not real. They are anxiety mitigation strategies. They are designed to pull you back into the doing mode because the being mode feels uncontrolled. A man at peace is a man who has options. A man at rest is a man who is reclaiming his autonomy. And autonomy is the enemy of control. Consider the lottery test. I often tell men to ask their partners this hypothetical question: if I won the lottery tomorrow and never had to work again, would you be happy if I spent my days just relaxing, reading, and fishing? Watch the face. Watch the micro-expressions. Most men assume their wives would be thrilled. Of course, honey. No more stress. But in reality, the reaction is often horror. But what would you do? You can't just do nothing. You need a purpose. Why is the idea of you enjoying your life so repulsive? Because the money was never the only issue. The control of your energy was the issue. A man with millions of dollars and unlimited free time is a man who doesn't need her to manage him. He is a man who might drift away. Aphorism number 2, chaos is often manufactured to prevent the clarity that comes with peace. Now, let's address the elephant in the room, the equality hypocrisy. We live in an era that preaches the breaking of gender roles. We are told that men need to be more emotional, more vulnerable, more present. Yet, when men attempt to enter the space of self-care, a traditionally female-coded space, the door is slammed shut. Look at how society codes female rest versus male rest. When a woman spends 3 hours at a spa, or 3 hours scrolling TikTok, or 3 hours at a winery with friends, what is that called? It is called decompression. It is called self-care. It is called mental health maintenance. It is framed as a moral good. She deserves this because of her emotional labor. Now, look at the man. When a man plays video games for 2 hours, that is childish. When a man goes fishing for a day, that is abandonment. When a man naps on the couch, that is lazy. The activity is the same, disconnecting from responsibility to recharge the battery. But the moral judgment is diametrically opposed. Why? Because her rest is viewed as a necessary reset for her well-being. Your rest is viewed as a theft of resources from the family unit. Every hour you spend on the golf course is an hour you are not fixing the house, watching the kids, or earning money. In the utility trap mindset, your leisure is an opportunity cost. It is a wasted asset. This creates a dynamic where men begin to police themselves. You don't even need her to nag you anymore. You have internalized the warden. You sit down to play a video game, and you feel a twinge of guilt. You feel like you should be doing something else. You have been conditioned to believe that your only justification for existing is your productivity. This is why men's hobbies are often systematically eliminated in toxic relationships. First, the gym goes, it takes too much time. Then, the poker night goes, it's immature. Then, the motorcycle goes, it's dangerous/expensive. Slowly, your identity is whittled down until the only thing left is your role as employee, father, and husband. You have no third place. You have no sanctuary. And a man without a sanctuary is a man who is easy to break. Aphorism number 3. When your partner frames your happiness as selfishness, you are not in a relationship, you are in a hostage situation. This is not just about annoyance. This is about life and death. We need to talk about the biological reality of the male engine. Men die sooner than women. This is a statistical fact across almost every culture. We die from heart disease, stroke, and suicide at rates that dwarf the female demographic. Why? One major factor is the refusal to rest. The refusal to downregulate the nervous system. When you are in provider mode, your body is flooded with cortisol and adrenaline. You are in a state of hypervigilance. This is useful for hunting a mammoth or closing a business deal. It is fatal if maintained 24/7 for 40 years. Rest is not a luxury for men. It is a biological imperative for survival. Yet, I have counseled men who broke bones, literally snapped femurs or crushed hands on the job, and their partner's first reaction wasn't, "Are you okay?" or "Are you in pain?" The first question was, "How long will you be out of work?" Let that sink in. The pain was irrelevant. The humanity of the suffering was secondary. The primary concern was the interruption of the supply chain. The machine was broken, and the manager was annoyed at the downtime. This dehumanization is subtle. It hides behind phrases like, "I just need you to step up," or "Real men don't complain." It is a form of psychological conditioning that teaches you to ignore your body's check engine light until the engine blows up. And when it does blow up, when you have the heart attack at 52, she will be the grieving widow at the funeral, talking about how hard you worked. But she was the one banging the pots when you tried to nap. Some partners genuinely view male illness as an inconvenience. They have been sold the invincible man myth too. They believe you don't really feel pain, that you don't really get tired. So, when you do, it feels like a betrayal of the contract. You're supposed to be the strong one. Translation, you are not allowed to be human. Aphorism number 4, if you do not schedule time for your maintenance, your equipment will schedule it for you in the form of a breakdown. There is a fascinating economic paradox in these relationships. You would assume that if a man makes more money, he buys himself the right to more rest. If you work hard and hire a gardener, hire a cleaner, and pay all the bills, surely you have earned your Sunday on the couch? False. Often, the more successful a man becomes, the more his rest is scrutinized. Why? Because the standard shifts. If you are successful, the expectation of lifestyle rises to meet your income. Now, instead of just fixing the sink, you need to be managing the investments, planning the luxury vacation, and networking at the social club. The goalposts move. There is a specific type of partner who prefers a struggling man over a liberated man. A struggling man working 2 jobs is exhausted. He comes home, eats, and sleeps. He is too tired to have affairs. He is too tired to have expensive hobbies. He is too tired to challenge her authority in the home. But a rich man? A man who has mastered his finances and has free time. He is a wild card. He might buy a boat. He might go on a trip with his friends. He might realize he doesn't need her management. This is why you see the sabotage of male leisure even when financial stress is absent. A client's girlfriend once told him his Sunday golf game was selfish. This man paid for her car, her apartment, and her vacations. 4 hours of golf was 2% of his week. But she hated it. She hated it because for those 4 hours, his focus was entirely on himself. He was enjoying his resources without her participation. The message was clear: your resources are for us. Your time is for me. You are not allowed to keep anything for yourself. It is a communism of the soul. From each according to his ability, to her according to her needs. Aphorism number 5. To the controller, your independence is an insurrection. We must also look at the other side of the dynamic, the partner who cannot sit still herself. Often, a woman who attacks your rest is a woman who is running from her own demons. She has tied her entire identity to being the martyr or the manager. She feels guilty if she isn't suffering or working. So, when she sees you relaxing, it acts as a mirror. Your peace reflects her chaos back at her. Your ability to just be highlights her inability to stop doing. This triggers envy. How can you just sit there, she asks. The question isn't rhetorical. She genuinely doesn't understand how you can grant yourself permission to rest without the guilt that plagues her. So, to resolve this cognitive dissonance, she must destroy your peace. If she is miserable and busy, you must be miserable and busy. Then, the universe is in balance. This leads to performative busyness. She will start tasks that do not need doing right now. She will decide to reorganize the pantry at 9 p.m. on a Friday. She will decide the baseboards need scrubbing during the Super Bowl. She creates a hurricane of activity and then positions herself in the center of it as the victim. Look at how hard I work. Look at how much I suffer. And if you don't join her in the hurricane, you are the villain. This is a trap. You cannot win this game by helping. If you help reorganize the pantry, she will find another task. The goal isn't a clean pantry. The goal is the performance of sacrifice. If you try to help, you are just validating her anxiety. If you ignore her, you are unsupportive. The only way to win is to not play. To recognize that her anxiety is hers to manage, and your peace is yours to protect. Aphorism number 6. Do not set yourself on fire to keep someone else warm, especially if they are addicted to the cold. So, where do we go from here? How do you break the utility trap without blowing up your relationship? The answer lies in radical boundaries. You must stop asking for permission to rest. You do not ask for permission to breathe. Do not ask for permission to recover. When the sigh comes, when the pots start banging, when the must be nice comments fly, you must hold the frame. Do not apologize. Do not jump up to help. Do not internalize the guilt. You say, calmly, I have worked hard this week. I am taking 2 hours to recharge. I will be available at 2 p.m. Until then, I am off the clock. Then, and this is the hard part, you ignore the tantrum. You must treat the manufactured crisis like a toddler's outburst. If you reward the noise with your attention, you guarantee more noise. If you remain calm and immovable, you force the dynamic to shift. You must reframe your rest not as laziness, but as maintenance. Communicate this clearly. If you want me to be the protector and provider for the next 20 years, you need to let me maintain the machine. If you run me into the ground, we both lose. Quality partners will understand this. A high-value woman wants you rested. She knows that a rested man is more creative, more patient, better in bed, and more fun to be around. She protects your peace because she values you, not just what you do for her. If you set this boundary and your partner escalates, if she threatens, shames, or attacks you for taking care of your basic health, you have your answer. You are not in a partnership, you are in an extraction scheme. The male rest revolution is beginning. Men are waking up. We are choosing jobs with work-life balance. We are prioritizing health over an extra zero in the bank account. We are realizing that the badge of honor for working 80 hours a week is actually a mark of slavery. The future belongs to men who rest strategically. Men who understand that their energy is their most precious resource. Don't apologize for the nap. Don't hide the video game. Don't feel guilty about the fishing trip. Your rest is not a crime. It is the fuel for your life. And anyone who tries to drain that fuel is trying to strand you on the side of the road. This week, I want you to run a test. Take a day. A full day. Do nothing productive. Watch the reaction in your house. Does it create peace? Or does it create war? The answer to that question will tell you everything you need to know about the person sleeping next to you. Drop your stories in the comments. Let's expose the exhaustion economy for what it is. Stay rested. Stay dangerous. This is the Aphorism Archive.